Hey Pisces, I'm Lucy Ravenstone and welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a reading for you for Mercury in retrograde for this May. It is retrograding from the 10th of May till the 2nd of June. So what is Mercury in retrograde? So Mercury is the planet of communication. When a planet retrogrades, it can appear to be moving away from the Earth. It is an optical illusion and it is not actually moving away. However, during this time we can get disruptions in energy. So being the planet of communication, we can get miscommunications, we can get conflicts, and we can have delays in any form of communications and finalizations of things, and any technologies can be disrupted as well, being that it is a form of communication. So this sort of energy can be seen as mischievous. However, I kind of feel like it's a really good energy to work with once you realize what's happening during that time. Mercury is kind of like a friend who will tell you what you need to hear instead of what you want to hear. So it really does bring up things to the surface that need just assessing or need a little bit of attention. So let's see what's in store for you, Pisces. Okay. So please check out my May reading for a full look on the energies of May, but this is just kind of a little insight into the Mercury in retrograde energies and how you can kind of prep yourself and what's coming forward and kind of where you need to work upon. So firstly, we have protection. So protection in reverse. I feel like you did have this come up in your reading as well. Maybe all of these, if not a couple of these. I cannot remember. I do everyone's readings and forget, but this is it. You have it in reverse. So I feel like you are on a journey right now, and I feel like you feel quite vulnerable in this. I do feel like your vulnerabilities will be highlighted through this time, which means that if you do have miscommunications or you have some form of communication where it's kind of like being brought to your attention, this is probably perhaps where you're lacking, is what I want to say. And I feel it's because of your vulnerability here that you're feeling is where it will feel... I want to say it will feel like somebody is pressuring you, but it literally is just trying to give attention to areas where you're feeling vulnerable, and perhaps you need to understand yourself and why you're feeling vulnerable. I have mozzies all around me, so if you see me whacking things away from me, that'll be why. Okay, let's have a look. I feel like you really are seeking security, and I do think that will be highlighted massively for you in areas that are where you feel most insecure or that are insecure. I feel like they will come to the surface. But again, it does feel like it's all about security here for you. I feel like areas of security will come to your attention. These things that do come to attention, I feel like this is where... I might have just put black on my head. I got black on my finger apparently. I feel like this is where you need to put your attention really on those areas that you feel insecure. I feel like things will come to your attention that will help you to understand why you are feeling insecure or what you might need to do in order to work on that energy. And definitely get in this sense again, you have your walls up, and I feel like you need to be breaking down these walls. I will show you the card. This is boundaries. I just had this for Cancer as well, and I am feeling a very similar vibe. I feel like you are protecting yourself because of something that's happened to you in the past, and this is stopping you from really truly being able to benefit from what you are trying to grow and what you desire. It does feel very desiring. She is looking at that flower that's growing out and trying to get into this glass boundary bubble, and she wants that. She's kind of looking at it in awe, like, I'm growing you, but you are in the bubble. You're not out there with this flower, and I feel like it may cause you problems in something you're trying to grow, because you're not allowing someone to see the vulnerability, someone to get close enough. There are insecurities with you, and I feel like this is something that you need to work on. I am getting this sense that it's something that you've held for such a long time, like that it feels like it's a bad pattern. So this no doubt will come forward during Mercury in retrograde, because some things we suppress will always keep coming up until we deal with that energy. And I feel like you are a pro suppressor in this energy of what I'm feeling right now for you. The third card is assessing, and I really do think it is assessing your goals, your desires, and your dreams. Bunny. And this to me feels like this is what this time is all about. I feel like it will come to the surface, but this assessing card is really good because I feel like it's really going to kind of trigger you into looking at your life a little bit differently, into really acknowledging perhaps where the issues lie, which is really, really good. That's kind of monumental in the fact of growing and changing and evolving in ourselves, which is what we all desire really to create for ourselves, is to be able to change when change is needed. And this is what I feel like it's bringing to the surface, is this acknowledgement of what needs to change within yourself. Definitely again the sense of something within yourself needs to change. And when I say change, it just feels like it's something that's held you back, and this is why it needs attention to shift and change an energy. So that assessing energy is actually giving me really positives for you, Pisces. But I don't want... I want to sort of say, let somebody in, let them in, be vulnerable. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. I feel like this is where your strength lies, and I do feel like you see it as a weakness, but I want you to know that all that you are holding in within inside of you, that is who you actually are. That's truly you. And if you wish to have something growing from a very authentic space, I feel like by allowing yourself to filter that out of you, and allowing others to see that side of you, will actually be your most beneficial quality during this time. So I hope that makes sense to you, Pisces, because that's what's coming through for me. And I want to say dare to dream. I feel like, again, something in you that's being this vulnerability is preventing you from dreaming, and I want you to dare to dream. I want you to get that back. I feel like you have been a dreamer. I mean, Pisces energy is all about that dreamer. It's about being spiritual, and I feel like you have really kind of during, I want to say the past year, but I feel like COVID did this to a lot of us, which is energy we're working through, and it's happened and disrupted us for a reason, and this is why it's now time to kind of come out of that shell and open up and kind of show a new you. And by new you, I don't mean reinvention, because I literally feel like the new you is actually just the you, but it's a new to the world because it's something you've prevented yourself from expressing for some time, if not forever, is what it feels like. So Pisces, I'm loving this. Open up, be vulnerable, see the strength. Oh, ducky, quack quack. Yes, be vulnerable, be your vulnerable self, allow someone in. You are protected, you can open up, drop down those guards is what I want to say, but I do feel like you are protected, and it is healthy to have boundaries, but you're over boundary. So assess, dream, dare to dream, get that dream energy back. So thank you so much, Pisces. This is the energy of Mercury in retrograde. Please check out the full May reading to see all the energy you're working with this month. But for now, thank you so much, and I'll see you next month.